Good afternoon, ladies. To be a really exciting session because you are still here, even if I'm having the honor to be the last presenter of today. My name is Michal Jarski. Thank you for the introduction. I'm representing Ruckus Wireless in Eastern Europe, and it's always a great opportunity to visit Georgia. What I wanted to cover with this session is the next generation of hotspots. You might wonder why security and hotspots. Of course, because of the inherent problems which are linked with public venues and public hotspots. But let's start with going back in time. Somewhere in the beginning of 2000, some like 15 years ago, the thing which was exciting for the kids was this: how to get some sweets, how to get some chewing gum. This is their major target when they were going with the friends or with the family to the restaurant. This is what they were looking for. Now this is what they're looking for, and they deny to go to any place which doesn't support their mobile phones. So it is even going further, because if you look at the pictures like this one, this is coming from the riots which are happening right now in Brussels. So thank you, European Union. Brussels is right now under heavy riots, and the gentleman is, of course, trying to post on Facebook his picture of Burning Man festival. The same was happening some time ago on the square of Taksim in Istanbul, where the riots were really heavy and really bloody. The government switched off the 3G network, and the neighboring cafes still kept Wi-Fi for the protesters so they can communicate and coordinate their actions. However, we are getting used to these public networks. Like probably you already checked the public access here in the hotel. Who thinks it sucks? Okay, it sucks big way. And why you know it sucks? Because you were already checking your email on your phone or posting your thoughts on Facebook or Twitter, and it was extremely slow. But I have one question for you. Why do you think you really accessed the hotel network? Why do you think you really accessed the network which was provided by Sheraton Metehi Palace? What makes you feel that it was a safe and easy way to access any data? It's the only one. This might be misleading because your mobile phones, your tablets or laptops are showing just one name, one SSID. But in fact, behind, there might be many access points which are broadcasting the same SSID. In fact, one of them might be this beautiful Pineapple system, which is excellent stuff, able to copy any kind of network which is around, and able to also gather information from your devices, broadcasting probes, which networks they want to connect. So remembering the SSIDs of the past networks they were using, your home network, your office network, every network that you already trust. So all the networks that you already used are again broadcasted by your devices, can be captured by this Pineapple stuff. And again, this fake AP can attract your device and connect it to this network, gathering all your personal information. If you are controlling the access point, you can also control the DNS system. You can also control the way the connections are redirected. You can even fake the certificate used for SSL type of connections. Such faked connection can lead to your banking account or your company system. So SSL VPN is not really safe if you don't connect to the trusted network. How to solve it? Well, of course, Wi-Fi has got some very nice mechanism. I go back to the padlock and something which was already shown. This is what we think is security, right? So a padlock and a lot of encryption technologies which are enabling mutual authentication of the user device and the infrastructure. So you can be sure to which network you're really connecting to. The problem with those systems, the WPA, WPA2, is that you have to distribute the encryption keys in some way. The WPA uses usually the PSK, so pre-shared key mechanism, which means that in your restaurant you find on your table a beautiful card with the encryption key, like we found yesterday on the table, right? So this is the thing I remember from yesterday, but you know, this is Georgia. So you have to type it in. You have to browse the networks. You have to find how to connect to the particular system. Of course, for technology-savvy persons, it might be an easy task, but for the average user, it can be a challenge which can't be really accepted. And they need to use some sort of automation, some sort of facilitation of the connection, at the same time keeping the right security level. So what can we do? One of the mechanisms that we can use is, again, the fact that inside these devices you have the SIM card. A SIM card which is distributed by your operator, a SIM card that already possesses a lot of encryption technologies inside, delivered in a secure way to your terminal. And this device can be used to authenticate you in the network and authenticate the network against your device. Exactly the same way like it is happening when you're connecting to the mobile network. The same way like you visit another country and you don't think how to connect to the next GSM operator. The user device is really finding the networks around, finding which ones are ready to connect, and connects automatically, authenticating you at your home network. This mechanism, applied in Wi-Fi, is called Hotspot 2.0. It's based on several activities done by IEEE, by Wi-Fi Alliance, by Wireless Broadband Alliance, leading to this easiness of connection. So if you, sorry, this will be the busiest slide in my presentation. So this is how the authentication mechanism looks like in Hotspot 2.0. The user device is checking what kind of access points are available around. Those access points are broadcasting information which roaming partners they are working with, which of the mother networks, the home networks, can be used to authenticate the user. Afterwards, if there is a match between what your device can do and what is offered by the infrastructure, you're authenticated against your home network. Everything is hands-free. You don't need to touch the device. It is authenticating itself without user intervention, even without knowing this SSID. SSID is obsolete. You don't need to browse for the networks. You don't need to select them. Everything is done automatically by the device. There is a special protocol for that called ANQAP. This is the part of 802.11u standard, which was developed by IEEE. But what is most important is that it is all happening without user intervention. For the devices which haven't got SIM card inside, like tablets, 90% of tablets worldwide are sold without SIM cards. We can use the same mechanism, but with the X501 certificate, which is provisioned automatically through the network. So then, when you start roaming with your Wi-Fi device, and roaming in Wi-Fi is, of course, happening much more often than with mobile networks, you can use any kind of hotspot out there which is working without the Hotspot 2.0 environment. It can be cafe, it can be restaurant, it can be hotel, airport, wherever you're traveling, you can use the network without even browsing which to connect to. And this story of Hotspot 2.0 started 2 or 3 years ago, but right now we see the first examples of implementations. This is the first one which I wanted to share with you. Orange Poland has done the first implementation in Europe. It is done in the Warsaw Royal Gardens. So this is not the headquarters of Orange. Don't worry, they don't have this sort of building for their operations. This is one of the buildings in the gardens. They use this EAP SIM, so Extended Authentication Protocol, SIM-based authentication for their home users, but for the users who are coming, they also have the provisioning mechanism, which is pushing the X509 certificates into the devices. Another example, which might be very nice to see, is an operator in US called Boingo. It's the largest Wi-Fi operator in the States. They rolled out Hotspot to zero functionality already to 25 major airports. Boingo is using Ruckus as well. Yes, they do. The major thing in this ad, which you can find here, is no logins, no apps, no fuss. Everything is done automatically, but at the same time, keeping it secure. They said that by implementing Hotspot 2.0, only this thing increased the traffic in the network and the number of users tenfold. 10 times more people, because it's easier to connect, because it's faster to get connected, especially if you are on the move at the airport. But it's not just the operators which are implementing this sort of solutions. We have the example of so-called Bay Area cities, so San Jose, San Francisco, our, let's say, hometowns, if you look at headquarters of Ruckus. So also municipalities can implement this sort of mechanism exactly to facilitate the access to the network. Back in beginning of October this year, WBA, so Wireless Broadband Alliance, had a World Congress in San Francisco, and this is the example of how they were showing the next generation hotspot functionality. Several areas of the city were covered by different operators. So Fisherman's Wharf, which is one of the most touristic areas in San Francisco, were managed by Tower Stream. The main street, the Market Street, the Union Square, Civic Center Plaza were owned and managed by City and County of San Francisco. And the Palace Hotel, where the conference was taking place, was, of course, operated by the hotel itself. Everywhere, when you were roaming between those places, everything was managed by Hotspot 2.0 infrastructure, so you were roaming even without knowing what kind of SSID is really broadcasted by the network. Very easy to use, very user-friendly, at the same time, very secure. So, assuming that you have this sort of infrastructure managed by municipality, by school, by university, by operator, you can do the next things, so like the next generation of hotspots. And another example I wanted to show you is something that we did for a bank in Poland. It's called Eurobank. It's got over 100 points of presence across the country. And of course, if you go there to one of those branches, you are able to connect to Wi-Fi in the office. You can access the bank, you can access information, and of course, you can also be served some information about the offering, like the current ads and so on. But also, the bank is able to gather information as a feedback from the customers. Are you happy with the service of the bank? Was the service fast enough for your needs and your expectations? These forms are then gathered as a backend system and given in the form of beautiful statistics showing how the performance of each of those branches is looking like. If people are waiting too long for the service, maybe the staff needs to be increased in number, or maybe they should be subject to some additional training. Anyhow, there's this beautiful statistics which are helping the organization, like the bank, or it might be cafe chain, or it might be restaurant chain or hotel chain, to improve the experience of the user. The other examples of such implementations exactly are the Costa Coffee Heaven implementations, the shopping malls, the cinemas, or even ad hoc events like this one. One-day event where you want to get feedback from the participants. What do you think about presentation of Michal Jarski? It sucks, the same way like the Wi-Fi in this hotel, right? Or maybe you want to get some more interaction from the students during the sessions. This is also an added value of Wi-Fi that you can trust, because people will be able to share this information, share this feedback only if they trust the connection. This leads to the next thing that can be done, and sorry, this will be a short movie. This is how the shopping experience might look like in the future. Well, it's not really a future because it's a solution done by our technology partner from China. It's like interactive shopping experience. So someone is browsing online. The item they want to buy. They share it through social media with their friends. They agree on the meeting, agree on, for example, the shopping together. When they park the car in a huge garage, they are able then to navigate back to this car without losing their way. It's also providing the navigation indoors. Of course, GPS is not working indoors. Wi-Fi is able to work indoors as location and navigation system. When you enter the shop and you have this application which is driving you through the shop, it also saves information about your shopping behavior, about your loyalty programs, so you can be served in the best possible way, showing you again the route to your target places, showing on the way some special offers that you can get. Based on augmented reality, it shows whatever is available in the shopping mall. The interaction can be going even further, can be going to the levels of payments, credits, the possibility of exchanging goods if they are not fitting. Oh, even interactive mirrors and again, ability to do all the shopping in the totally different dimension. But of course, it's not just shopping. It can be again experience when you are traveling. We just started building the system for the railways in Czech Republic, which is exactly helping passengers to traverse through complex buildings like railway stations, help them find a way and match the electronic ticket they have versus what is the way to their platform, which they need to reach in, for example, 5 minutes. So maybe they should rush. Everything to the benefit of the user, to the benefit of the shopper, but also to the benefit of the manager of such environment, such public venue, so they see how it works, if everything is moving smoothly for the customers, or maybe they should improve something on the way. So this is a little bit outlook into the future, how this experience could look like, but those are really readily available solutions, something which you can absolutely use right now. Of course, based on that you are trusting the network you're connecting to, and you are consciously giving away information which you want to share with the operator. That's it. Thank you very much. Any questions? They can be in Georgian. I will say yes.
Or I can translate if
okay.
There is. Any
questions?
Questions now, don't worry, we are still here. Orient Logic is having their booth out there, and we are available for you for any questions, any problems that you want to be solved.
I think the audience also needs a round of applause from us.
Yeah.